Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA, fixed in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Looks like we're going to start the race around 8th place. Strength of the field today is a 34.57. Oh no! Okay, we recovered that. Started to lose control. Two other cars had an issue in front of us. Looks like we're up to 6th. We're going to start this race with an 11:39 rating. This is a 35-minute race. There will be a mandatory pit stop for fuel at least. This is an A license requirement. Looks like 3 wide up ahead here. Gonna end up 2 wide going through these S's. Still in 6th place currently. Looks like a tiny bit of damage to our back end there. We might have gotten contact just a little bit with somebody. Pretty decent gap to the car behind us. A little over a second at least. Trying to stay with these guys in front. They are battling here and there, going side by side briefly. But no major moves. Somebody going a little out in the dirt. Kicking up the gravel. Probably got about a 2-second gap with the car behind. They're not getting much pressure themselves. Gotta really spend the first lap heating up the tires here. Looks like though at the end of lap 1 we went from 8th to 6th. Few cars behind slowly catching up now. The gap is coming down. It was much larger not that long ago. Not sure what happened up there. Car up ahead taking a little look, but they're not going to have a run into this corner. Looks like maybe side by side going here though. Some defensive moves being taken. The car behind going wide into the gravel. We're able to close up that gap a little bit with them battling in front of us now. Few cars going a little wide. Pretty tight train for the front 6 here. Forgot if I said it earlier, but the strength of the field is a 34.57 here. A good finish here would really be huge for us. A lot of these people should have some pretty high ratings, although it will not be easy. The white number 7 LMP2 is catching us now. Catching back up anyways. A lot of battles side by side in front of us here. Coming into the bus stop, we might see some side by side battles. The white car is going to take us on the inside. We're going to have to go up on the curb a little bit. We're still going to be side by side for a while. Cars up ahead are also side by side, making a defensive move. We fell to 7th place there. The green and white cars now catching us. Right on our tail. I can see a red car not far behind from him too. Some big time battles going on throughout those last corners. Going into the bus stop chicane, several people side by side through there. This is the lead group we're with and battling with. Currently in 7th, started the race in 8th. Cars side by side in front of us, gonna slow all of us down a little. Some touching and getting a little loose in the back end. We're gonna have to go outside on this car. Oh no, 2 cars in front going off. One of them hit the wall hard. Looks like we may have gotten through unscathed. Whoa, cars behind going off as well. There's a lot of action and battling going on there. You can see a little damage to our back, to the rear driver's side of the car. Somebody going in the dirt in front of us. And to wait and see what position we snuck into after those crashes. We were in 7th. Looks like we might be up to 4th or 5th. Just barely squeezing by there. See where we are in a second. 23rd overall, 5th in our class. You can see 4th not too far ahead, the green and white car not too far behind. But there is a little bit of gap between both cars right now. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tips and donations are always greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Car in front kicking up a little bit of gravel. We're currently in 5th, looking to close the gap. We did start the race in 8th place. Currently up to 5th right now. We will have to pit still. Pit window won't open for a few more laps. We may or may not be taking on new tires yet. Maintaining decent position. Looks like the gap to the car behind might be growing a little bit. Oh no, something happened. Went too far to the inside and locked it up. We're just sitting here. Oh, yep. Okay. We're getting reset right now. Having some hardware issues. So what happened here is my screen went blank. I had to reset the virtual reality headset. We're trying to come back in now and stay out of the way. It looks like we're actually back in with everyone. No, we gotta reset again. Alright, well this is near the beginning of these issues. I had to deal with these issues. I'm glad I was able to avoid a major accident. And not that. I'm glad I didn't ruin anyone else's race. Getting some weird views now because we need to get the headset reset and everything. This is costing us quite a bit of time at the moment. Hopefully we can get the headset reset soon and get back out on track. We really were battling for a good position. We still do need to make our pit stop. I don't know if we'll pull in when we finally come back. Pit window isn't quite open yet. But since we've been stuck here and sitting there next to pit entry, that may be what we choose. We can see the cars coming in and out of view. Trying to get it fixed. Alright, we're moving now. I think we finally have the headset going. We're going to pull into the pits since that's where we're sitting. It's a good thing we were mostly out of the way for everyone. It's an untimely and unwanted pit stop here. This is early. I don't know if we'll be able to go all the way to the end yet. Yeah, we had to deal with some headset issues for a while, and it took me a while to figure it out too. It didn't happen every race, so it was hard to tell what was going on, the intermittent issues that it was showing me. Well, we'll see. We're a little over 12 minutes into the race. If we can get all the way to the end without pitting, we're going to come out in front of some GTPs and GT3s. We are probably a lap or two behind. The hypercars are catching. I don't think, besides that early damage on our car, anything else has happened there. We did have to go into the grass and hit the curb somewhat hard. I think it says when we left or entered pit lane that we were in 10th. We did start the race in 8th. We were up in 5th. And then the headset crashed on me and I need to get it reset. Lost at least a lap there. We're back on track now, looking to catch and battle who we can. A lot of points available for us here still. If we can beat some of these people that are much, much higher rated than us, we could go home with some much needed K. GT3 car getting a little in the way. Oh. It was a slight tab. Neither of us hit the wall. Oh! But that hypercar took the back end off of the GT3. That was a big hit. Somewhat my fault there with a late lunge on the GT3 car. Thought they were going to notice me though and maybe give me a little room to start to get by, but it's turned into, now we've got a little more damage taken possibly. It would be all on the driver's side. We had a little bit of damage from the very beginning of the race on the driver's rear. Catching a GT3 car, we should get by them no problem here. The hypercars battling in the background, going side by side. So the hardware issues are going to crop up from time to time, and then at one point they get way worse where I do actually finally figure out what the issue is. But that's just the beginning. Trying to stay out of the way of these hypercars, but also not give up too much time. We could have a chance of getting some spots back. If somebody else crashes, they'll have to go to pit lane and sit there longer than we had to sit and wait for the headset. Tiny bit of damage to our vehicle. Shouldn't be slowing us down too much, I'd hope. You can see the front and rear have a little bit of damage. GT3 car that didn't give up the room is probably out of the race now, with how hard that hypercar hit him. The hypercar is most likely in pit lane as well. We'll see if we can see them when we come by in just a second. Starting to catch some more of these GT3 cars, a lot of Mercedes, AMG. Flashing our lights. Was going to look to dive in there before the bus stop chicane, but we decided to pull off on that. Can we see in pit lane now? Did they come? They might have just quit or continued on. Not sure. Don't see anyone in pit lane currently. Should get by this Mercedes not long before this really high-speed corner going up the hill there. Whoa, what was that? I'm not even sure what that was. Looked like the BMW hit something though, something that wasn't even on screen. But then it doesn't because the BMW looks fine and it's blowing right by me here. We'll stay to the outside and then pull in, tuck behind them, keep in that draft a little bit. Looks like it still says we're 10th in class. We'll have to find out if we'll be able to make it all the way to the end on the fuel that we took after the headset issue. The headset issue was really a very specific broken hardware piece. And eventually needed to upgrade the machine itself. The gaming machine that I was on was built a few years before I started using it for iRacing. And iRacing really wants a NVIDIA GPU, really. It's kind of made for a NVIDIA GPU. I had issues with the Radeons. I had issues with the Radeons with a few other games as well, so I don't think many people are developing highly for them. Not really seeing anybody from our class, but we've got some clear air in front and behind right now. Just gonna hopefully take advantage of that and run a clean race for a while. just a little over 20 minutes into the race. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. And the leader will be in a different class than us in the Hypercar GTP class. And I doubt we will get to see them anytime soon. Don't see very many other cars on track currently. What a terrible place for the headset to go out coming into the bus stop chicane. That's one of the fastest places on track. And yeah, to have the screen just completely go gray, blank gray. I'm never quite sure exactly what to do, just try and slow it down and get it off the track and out of the way. Sometimes it would just come back too, like it'd go gray for a half a second, panicking me a little bit, and then come back. And then I would never know throughout the rest of that race if it would do it again. This is a 35-minute race. Almost 22 minutes in now. See, we're running in the 206s. Which is okay for a slightly damaged vehicle like this. I'm wondering if we're gonna see some other LMP2s at all. If anybody's gonna end up crashing out at all. Although with as high of rating average that these drivers have, I'm not even sure. We were doing really well though. Up in 5th place. If the headset hadn't crashed on us, I really do feel confident we could have held that. Or at least 6th. We're currently back in 10th. Trying to see if we can't close the gap to anybody. GTP cars coming out of the pits. We see a Cadillac joining in front of the BMW there. They're going to catch us fairly soon, but not before the S's here. Hopefully they're not too impatient. They can get us on the inside here now. Both of them should be able to get it. Although the BMW didn't take it. Looks like I tried to open up that inside. If he had the speed to get there, I would have let him have it. He's going to have to pass me here on the straight. The prototype has just a little bit too much pace to get around through those corners. In these multi-class series, you definitely need to be able to pass safely and get past safely. If you're an underclass for sure, especially the GT3s. They get passed like constantly throughout the race, so it's a great way to learn it. Another couple of hypercars catching up to us. Probably won't catch us till after turn 1, it looks like. Another Cadillac and BMW. Looks like this Cadillac doesn't have a rear spoiler on it. So we're probably experiencing some slowdown. I'm gonna go around to the left. BMW most likely has the Cadillac in speed because of the damage, it looks like. About 9 minutes remain on the clock now. Not seeing any LMP2s or many GT3s anymore. We must have got by their whole field. It'll be a little while before we see them again. We're probably near the tail end of the LMP2 group. Maybe we'll see them pitting soon. Cars ahead battling a little bit, kicking up some smoke. BMW's just trying to get by that Cadillac, it looks like. Can't imagine the Cadillac with no rear spoiler would be that fast. They're doing pretty good with it though. Still 10th place in class. We started 8th. 38th overall. Looks like actually we're in 9th in class. Somehow we got one of those back. I didn't see pit lane. Wasn't watching. Currently 9th place in class. Don't see any LMP2s yet. It looks like most of the hypercars have caught and passed by now. The pit stops would have put them in a few different areas on track. Let's see, just about 6.5 minutes remain. One position we've gained. Up to 9th in class. We did start in 8th. We were up to 5th before the hardware issue. The VR was on a wireless system as well, and that wireless system would occasionally have issues. Tried to fix it as much as I could by removing as much wireless out of the area. I think it just aged out or something. We'll have to see if we need to make that pit stop or not. I think we came out of the pits somewhere around 12 or 13 minutes in the race. Really leaves a lot of time left. Don't see anyone in pit lane currently still. Looks like I can still see the yellow Cadillac in front with no spoiler. I don't think that's just a graphics glitch or anything. See a little bit of damage on the driver's side, front and rear. We started the race with a tiny bit of rear damage. We got that front damage from a GT3 car. Made us lose control a little bit. Kept it off the wall though. Got back going. not long after, although the GT3 car took a big hit. And some of that was probably my fault. Wasn't the best place to try and stick my nose in there on the second corner. But I learned my lesson from that. I'm much more careful there now. Pretty clear track in front and behind. Just a few minutes remain in the race. We'll have to see. Oh, looks like we're catching some GT3 cars battling side by side going to the bus stop chicane. Catching them quickly because of that. We'll have to see if we need to pull into the pits or not. Looks like two Ferraris in front battling. A yellow and a red. Trying to get their attention by flashing our lights. Looks like we're still in 9th in class. Looks like maybe the GT3 car slowed up the Cadillac a little bit. We closed the gap on them. Yellow car there has to take a defensive line. Not sure if we get to see how that turns out or not. Catching another GT3 car. Nearing the 33-minute mark of our 35-minute race. Only one or two more laps. I do not know if we will need to pit. Once more, just for a splash of fuel. We did stop quite early. We were just on the edge. Would have been a terrible fuel calculation to try and do because we just sat there. Looks like we're not coming in yet. They're also not waving the flag yet. There might be more than one lap left. Looks like the wheel is not giving me any fuel warnings. We should be good to the end then. It'll warn me with like about 2.5 laps to go or something. I'm gonna have to deal with some GT3 traffic currently. Looks like it still says we're 9th in class. Trying to get this BMW's attention. See if we can't get by soon here. Oh! Okay, we kept control of it enough to keep it out of the wall. We did go in the grass a little bit, put a lot of dark marks down on the track. Back up to speed now before the GT3 car got in front of us. Looks like the BMW just slowed us down a little much. We turned in too hard maybe. Started to lose control. Maybe I got into the gas a little early, trying to get to that inside hard to get by them quicker. 35 minutes has expired. We'll see if we get the white or checkered flag up here. I'm not sure where the leader is at all. It says 36th overall. It's 9th in class. Looks like the white flag is waving now. Last lap here. See if we can't get by this BMW now without issue. Both of us in 9th place, it looks like. Pulling in front of them a little hard to kind of let them know. You've been slowing me up. Flashing our lights, the car in front, another GT3. Let's see if we dive to the inside here. Looks like we're gonna try. And we will make it. Finally got past both those BMWs. It only took another lap. Hopefully we don't lose control up here at all, where we had an issue before. Take it nice and smooth. Yes. This is the last lap of the race. Never did end up seeing another LMP2 car, but we did get one position back. Stopping that early did not hurt us and force us to stop again. We have enough fuel all the way to the end. Looks like maybe we had to go the extra lap because of how far behind we were. But this should be it. Started the race in 8th, finished in 9th in class. We started the race with an 11:39 rating. We lost 12 points here, taking us to an 11:27. It isn't too bad. If it wasn't for those hardware issues, it would have been a different story, I think. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.